gosh. What is good, y'all? It's your girl IndahG in the house, and we back with another episode of Indah Under the Influence, where shit is completely unfiltered, extremely explicit, and absolutely unhinged. Call me Celine Dion today because I am all by myself. Great. I feel like, okay, I wanna, yeah, no, see, this is the problem. I hate filming alone. I really do. I hate filming alone. I hate being alone. I don't know how I got through 4 years of college living all alone in an apartment. Well, okay, no, the first year I lived in a dorm, and then the next 3 years I lived all alone. Don't know how I got through that. Cause see, the thing about me is that I feel like I'm the textbook extrovert, really. Like, I don't do well being alone. If you leave me alone for too long, I go crazy. I start talking to the walls. And then sometimes I get scared too, because, I mean, this is getting way off topic already, but like, and I question whether or not this still makes me an agnostic, but sometimes I feel like I'm being watched by like benevolent ghosts and spirits. And like, I know they're not gonna do nothing to me, but then at the same time, I'm like, will they though? Can I trust them on that? And it's scary, it's eerie. And yeah, no, the point is that I prefer being around people. Like, I get my energy through other people. Like, that's when you see me being a crackhead. But I feel like this might be good for a change, because sometimes I feel like whenever I'm editing my own videos, and obviously most of the time I'm with other people, I kind of look at myself and hear myself, and I'm like, God, I was on something during filming. Because the crackhead energy really comes out with people. And like, I'm glad that people usually find it really fun and engaging and entertaining. But at the same time, I'm like, oh my God, Indah, calm down. And of course, I'm a lot more calm when I'm all alone. And so maybe this, might be good for a change. I'm also thinking that, and I know that, you can't really change your voice. I mean, no, you can. But like the pitch that I normally talk at, like this kind of pitch, like this is how I normally talk. But I've been listening to a lot of podcasts, and I feel like usually they kind of whisper a little bit. I feel like maybe it's because their microphones are very up close to their faces, and so they're like hyper cognizant of being too loud. Whereas I'm usually just like, but, I don't know, I might want to try that today. Just kind of like be a little bit more calm, be more sophisticated vibes. I'm clearly already doing a good job at that. Also, like, sort of off topic, but like, this is probably the hottest I've ever looked on camera. Ow! I'm going out tonight with my friends. Shout out to Deandra, Nathan, Jess, Elaine. If they's watching this, they probably will. I like blackmail them. But yeah, I'm going out with my friends tonight, so this is the fit. That was disgusting. Whoever's editing this, edit that out. This is probably gonna be the first video that oh wait, no, hold on, JK. I'm editing this myself. I'm a fucking idiot. This is probably gonna be the first video that I've uploaded since taking my hiatus, which, yes, hi, I'm back. To some people's demise, I'm back. And maybe to some other people, it's not to their demise, because I actually, I received a lot of DMs from people, surprisingly, and people were like, God, when are you gonna make more YouTube videos? Can you please upload more? I miss your content, all that type of stuff. And like, that makes me really happy. At the same time, sad, because I was in a position where I could not be pumping out content as frequently as I usually did. But it made me feel good knowing that my content is loved and appreciated by y'all, and that people really do look forward to it, because a lot of the times I, watch my own shit and I'm kind of like, what the fuck is this shit wreck? And yeah, I mean, if you follow me on Instagram, then you know the tea that was up with me taking a hiatus. If you don't, Maybe if you're new here. Long story short, I took a little bit of a break because shit hit the fan at home. In terms of like my personal life, my family life, and I had to step up and take care of a family member, which I know is watching this video right now and would absolutely murder me if she knew I published that shit out loud. And yeah, I had just happened to step up and take care of a ill member of my family. So yeah. That is all, but I'm back. I'm starting to produce more content. A lot of exciting new things are, cooking up behind the scenes, and I'm really excited. And I want to, we'll get straight to the video, because I know that's what y'all are here for. But I really do want to just say thank you so much for all the love and support and the patience. Oh, the patience! So many of y'all have shown me and given me, and yeah, let's just jump straight into the video then. But first, shout out to the sponsor of this video, G Things. G Things is an adult toy and intimate lifestyle products company based right here in Jakarta. They offer everything from dildos, vibrators, kegel balls, don't know what that is, butt plugs, clit suckers, to BDSM body harnesses, as well as flavored water-based lubricants and even menstrual cups for when it's that time of the month. Speaking of the time of the month, I feel like I'm already on it right now. I'm very late, but I have an IUTI, so like I don't worry about it. Anyways, they sent me the King Thruster in the color Velvet Purple, which I'm not gonna hold it and show it to y'all for those that are watching on YouTube. Not really out of fear of demonetization, but out of fear of getting evicted by my mother. So, but I know that if you're watching this on YouTube, you can, see that there is a particular something, it's long and in the color purple, that is in the background that I'm not gonna zoom into because I don't want to bring attention to it and have my parental guardian that is highly likely going to watch this interrogate me about that particular item. But I know you can see it in the background, and it is called the King Thruster. Because even though I can't show it on camera, I can tell you and leave it up to, let you leave it up to the imagination, how at the mere press of a button, this behemoth of a vibrating dildo thrusts up my pussy at the fervent force of 40 thrusts per second. And let me just tell you, Mary, I have never squirted harder in my life. Loaded up with 4 different vibration patterns and 8 power thrust modes that you can control and dominate through your phone like the subservient, filthy little whore it is. Shop G Things now, available on Tokopedia, Shopee, and via WhatsApp if you want to order a little bit more discreetly. Also, if y'all follow me on Instagram, which by the time this video goes up, like y'all won't be able to see it, because I just posted it. But y'all follow me on Instagram, then you'll definitely have seen it on my story. Now that one, because my parental guardian tends to not watch my Instagram stories, so I put it up there, and like I show everybody how it thrusts and yeah. I really hope that doesn't get taken down. I do not want to deal with that tonight. Also, somebody asked me in the DMs, they were like, hey, just to warn you, but aren't sex toys illegal in Indonesia? And I think the answer to that is no, because I know damn well that I've seen, Durex, they have those vibrators. The one that the little pocket ones, and it comes in the purple shiny packaging that's usually up with all the other adult intimate products at convenience stores or supermarkets. So it can't be illegal because Durex sells those it's literally there for the taking. And also G Things wouldn't be up and running as a business if it was illegal. Like, they should be in trouble by now if it was. So don't worry about that. If that is a concern to y'all, it's not illegal. Whatever, let's just get straight into the video. First things first, damn, I really hope I don't mess up this video, because a lot of the times I rely on my guests to like go back and forth with me, and that's why the flow is always really good, really strong. But now I'm carrying the weight of all of this on my own. So let's just hope I do this right. And let's see. I do want to let y'all know before we begin that this video is literally for everybody. If you are straight, if you are gay, if you are les or bi, or, well, I guess if you're asexual, you have no business watching this video. But you know what I mean. Like, it's inclusive, okay? Let's set the scene. You are about to go on a date with a person, however way it is, and whoever it is with, if it, you know, again, boy with boy, girl with girl, boy with boy, boy with girl, whatever. Who cares? The first thing before you even go and meet up with them, hygiene. I really need to go on about this, because the amount of times that I have slept with men that, oh yeah, and by the way, I'm straight, so I only sleep with men. But the amount of times that I have slept with men that are just fucking disgusting, and I do not know why I end up in the same bed as them. Yeah, questionable decisions. But and let me just put it out there. I am never going to be ashamed by the amount of people that I have slept with, but I am ashamed of the quality of some of them. But anyways, guys, shave. You know what I mean by that. I don't mean your armpits, even though that might be... Actually, no, you kind of should shave your armpits. Well, okay, no, anyways, the armpits don't really matter. The chest hair, it doesn't really matter. When I say shave, I mean like down there. Because there is literally nothing that turns me off more than when a guy wants me to go down on him. Sorry, I just ate pizza. Anyways. And then I pull down his pants, or he pulls down his pants. And then it's George of the Jungle down there. Please shave. It doesn't have to be clean. Like, it don't gotta be like a fucking, you know, naked mole rat down there. It's gotta be clean, okay? It's gotta be like well groomed. And please, for the love of God, men, wash your fucking balls. The fact that I'm even saying this on camera, I shouldn't be saying this on camera, but like, please wash your genitals, because sometimes with the hair, if I gotta do it, if I just gotta, tough this shit out and just do it like a woman, like, I can still, the hair is sometimes negligible. The hair sometimes I can overlook if the hair doesn't smell bad. And the hair would smell bad because you're not washing your genitals. And so it's not just the hair that smells bad. It's everything down there smells bad, and that's not nice to work with. So please wash your buttholes too. The number of straight men that I've encountered, and they've admitted to me that, yeah, sometimes I kind of forget to wash my ass crack. And it's just, wow. Anyways, I could go on about this. I won't. That's really not why you're here, but you get the point. Just please shave, wash properly, brush your fucking teeth. And if you are a smoker, I heavily recommend that you invest in really good, strong mouthwash. You can't go wrong with Listerine. You, as smokers, need to take that extra step, because really, when you are a smoker, that sour taste and also that smell, that smoker smell, really, I've come to discover, unfortunately, really never leaves you. Oh my God, I hate making out with guys that smoke. It's because it tastes so bad. But then sometimes, like, they don't even smoke, and then their breaths just smell really bad. They're probably not brushing their teeth, right? So please brush your teeth. Another tip that I, heavily recommend y'all follow through with is to apply cologne / perfume. If you are one of those people that, like, let's say, you shower thoroughly and you don't really smell like anything, or maybe you just smell like your laundry detergent, or you have that clean, neutral scent, that's also fine. But adding a cologne or a perfume, I find really just gives it that extra oomph, and it really, and I can't be the only one, but like, if I'm about to sleep with a man that smells really good, I don't know, that shit it turns me on even more. I can't be the only one. Ladies, let me know down in the comments below. I am not the only one. Like, when I smell a man wearing like oh my god, and the ultimate fuckboy cologne, it really, hands down, is Dior Sauvage. If I smell that scent on a man, I know I want to get dicked down by him. Period. And I feel like it goes the same way with guys. Like, I'm pretty sure guys would enjoy girls that smell really nice. Or just like, people would enjoy people that smell really nice in general. I shit you not. I slept with this one guy, and I can't remember the cologne or perfume that I was wearing, but I was wearing something that was really, really strong, and it really lingered on the skin. And it's like, most of my perfumes are usually like on the more sweet scent spectrum. And we was, done fucking, and then he was like, by the way, what perfume do you wear? And then I told him what I was wearing at that time, and then he was like, yo, not gonna lie, like, when I sniff that shit, like, it kind of fuels the horniness even more. He said something along those lines, and ever since then, I religiously douse myself in scent before my dick appointments. So, yeah. Essentially, the takeaway from all of that is shave, wash properly, brush your teeth, apply cologne / perfume. And then what else? And then you go on, the date, the dick appointment, booty call, whatever you want to call it, right? And then before you even so much as touch anybody, and by the way, this goes both ways, men to women, women to men, men to men, women to women, this goes all and every way. Before you even touch them, consent, right? Make sure that everything that you are doing and are about to do is consensual. If you have a hard time grasping the concept of the word no, you should not be engaging in anything sexual with anybody, okay? And that's an entirely separate conversation of its own. That's the kind of shit that needs to be taught at schools, if I had it my way. But, is my memory card? Hold on real quick. I see my memory card, like. Yeah, hold on, okay. Sorry, my memory card was running out of space. Anyways, where was I? Right. Hygiene and then consent. And then first thing you're likely going to be doing with the person is kissing, right? I just realized I didn't really explain what the point of this video was going to be. You just had to kind of like guess where the direction this video was going to take based on the title. So basically this video is all about toys and also tips for doing the nasty. Essentially, well, my tips, okay? And take all of this with a grain of salt. Maybe you don't like any of my tips. Maybe you are asexual. Maybe literally whatever. I don't know. But yeah, that's what this video is gonna be. And because I get a lot of people always asking me questions like, how do you wash your ass for anal? Which I'll get to. No, I get a lot of sex-related questions that, I try to answer as many as possible on my Instagram, but usually that would literally take the whole day. And do I really want to spend my entire day on Instagram? No. But then, and then I got sponsored by a sex toy company. And so I figured, why just make a video about it? And it's really like, this is going to be a rundown of how to do everything. Like, I mean, how to give good blowjobs, how to find the clitoris, and how do you stimulate it, how like tips on how to really maximize certain sex positions, and all of that good and fun stuff. So if you want to stay tuned to that, then just keep watching. But yeah, anyway, so kissing. And that's hard because at the same time, I'm like, there's only so much a video can teach you about kissing. Like, you really, it's one of those things that you gotta keep, like, you know, practicing until you get it right. And then hopefully the person that you're kissing is, like, you know, open to giving you feedback, and that hopefully you're open to receiving feedback. But I will just say, nobody's born being good at anything. People that are good kissers gotta work their way, you know, through experience of how, you know, on how to be good kissers. But just general tips on how to, not really so much how to kiss, where to kiss. Literally, I hope you're taking down notes. What I like to do when it comes to kissing a guy is I like to first, you gotta start out with the French kissing. Bonjour, cuckoo up in this bitch. A lot of tongue action. I really like, this is so nasty. I really like to suck their tongue. Because, you know, like when you're French kissing, it's a whole lot of tongue action. And then, like, when their tongue is inside my mouth, I like to, like, it sends a very clear and yet subtle message that, oh yeah, we're going down that path. Then I like to kiss everywhere else on the face. I like to kiss the cheeks. Like, I usually go for, like, right cheek, left cheek. If I want to add a little bit of, like, a, you know, romantic flair to it too, I'll, like, you know, kiss the forehead, kiss down the nose. And, like, I'll go back down and, like, you know, make out on the lips. And then I like to go for the ears. I love to bite the earlobe. Ugh. I love a good earlobe biting session. Earlobe biting, and then sometimes I'll even bite the I don't know what this part is called, cartilage, like the kind of like top bony area. Obviously don't chomp down on the ears, but, like, you know, just gently kind of like bite it a little bit, and I'll whisper, like, I don't really know what I would whisper. Like, I'm kind of like in front of the cameras right now, like I'm not really in porn star mode at the moment, so I just, whatever comes to mind, like whatever like dirty, flirty shit comes to mind, I like whisper it in their ears. But usually, how do I explain this? Cause like this ties in with consent as well, and like with dirty talking. Cause a lot of people always ask me like, how do you do dirty talking in bed? Because some people are, I understand not everybody is comfortable with this. And I can go on about dirty talking like later on as we go on in the video. But essentially what I'm trying to say is consent is actually really sexy. Because sometimes like when I'm, you know, like up in their ear, after I'm like biting their earlobe, or like I'm biting their like cartilage ear, sometimes I'll just whisper like, you like that? Right? And see, like that's technically consent, right? Because you're asking them like, hey, do you like that? And then they'll reply, yeah. You don't have to whisper in their ear like, I can't wait for you to fuck me like you dirty little whore. You know, so some shit like that. Sometimes like it's just the subtle things like, do you like that? Like, is that good? You know? And it's consensual, it's polite, but it's hot. It's fucking hot. More about dirty talking later if I can come up with anything else other than what I just said. And then, when it comes to hickeys, now y'all gotta keep in mind that a lot of people work the kind of professions where showing up to work with hickeys is definitely unprofessional and might get them in trouble. And then even outside of work, like what if they live with their parents? Or just like, maybe they just, parents aside, work aside, like maybe they just don't want people to know like what they were doing last night because they have this big ass fucking hickey on their neck or whatever. So the neck is the easiest place to give hickeys. And if you want to know how to give hickeys, because I remember I received that question one time in the DMs, how you give a hickey is basically to suck on the skin. And it's the areas that bruise easily that it's gonna bruise, and essentially a hickey is a bruise, right? Give hickeys where you can't see them is my recommendation. Unless you are one of those people that are like, no, I think it's hot. Like, to leave a giant ass hickey on the neck, and they're like, it lets the whole world know that you're mine, or some shit like that. If you're into that, all the power to you, mama. But not everybody wants hickeys where people can see them. So so give hickeys in the places where not everybody can see. For men, I like to go for like breasts. Actually, for both men and women, I'm just realizing like the breast area also, like, it bruises easily, and you can like suck on not the nipples but like the surrounding like areas, and you suck on it the way that you would suck on the neck area, and it'll leave bruises, hickeys, just the same. I personally think breast hickeys are very hot and are all the rage these days. Yeah, the chest, the breast. I'm not really sure where else you can leave hickeys. Essentially, it's all the places where the skin is the thinnest. So I think you can leave hickeys down there too. Not on the actual genitalia, but the skin, so the surrounding skin near the actual genitalia. I'm pretty sure you could, but tread carefully in that area, because as you could probably figure out, it's probably going to be more sensitive. Anyways, next, how to eat pussy. And this is where all the men that are watching this, their ears suddenly just perk up. And along with that question, the most common follow-up to that is usually, where is the clit? Which is really the golden lottery $1 million question, isn't it? And basically, where to find the clit. And I hope you can kind of zoom in on this close enough to see. And I not going to put up a diagram of the female vagina up on the screen. I really do not need my mother seeing that, but thank God, I really hope she stopped watching at this point. But if you can like zoom in here, if this is the coochie, the clitoris is up here. When a woman is aroused, it is going to get hard. Because, fun fact, if y'all didn't know this, so you know how, and I'm really bad at biology, I don't know if a woman is an XX chromosome or an XY chromosome, whichever way, but I think like, what I remember is, the default sort of is like the male pair of chromosomes, but then like, I think it's XX. I think XX is what makes a man, and usually by default it's that, but then to make a woman, it's the X is replaced with a Y. Or maybe put that in reverse. I don't know, I'm bad at biology. It's my worst grade back in high school. But and then when the Y, and then why is this turning into a biology lesson? Essentially what I am trying to say is that the women's clitoris is where the penis would be if the woman were to be a man instead of a woman. So when a woman is aroused, the clit is going to get hard. It's going to feel, hard. Like, it's kind of like a round ball up in here. It's kind of like smooth, round, and it's going to swell up when aroused. When you want to stimulate the clit, keep persistent in the motion that you choose. What I mean by that is, you can rub the clit in a circular motion, or you can rub the clit in an up and down motion. Whichever motion that you choose, stay consistent. Because I have had men go up and down, side to side, like it's a fucking Ariana Grande song on my clit, and like, it ends up not feeling that great. So stay consistent. If you're going to go up and down, just keep going up and down. If you're going to go circular, always go circular. A general tip I find is that if you are using your hand to stimulate the clit, and it's like not your own clit, but like the other person's clit, I find that going in a circular motion is a lot easier in terms of like your hand not aching too much. And like, another tip that I can give is, whether you're fingering the clit of another person or you're fingering your own clit, your wrist. Essentially, you know how when you're using a laptop, like when you're scrolling on the trackpad, you're not really moving your entire arm while you're scrolling. You don't scroll your trackpad like this, right? You're just moving the wrist. Well, not even really the wrist. Like the wrist kind of stays still. It's just the fingers that are moving, right? So when you're fingering and you're rubbing the clit, it's a lot like that. Because I have had men like fucking like jerking the shit out of my clit down there, and like, there is such a thing as like, too much. So gentle motion, but keep consistent with it, and don't go too hard. But add just enough pressure. And while you're doing that, if you're doing it to another person, that's when you can again consent. Be like, you like that? And if they don't like that, what they're going to tell you is, maybe go a little harder. Well, maybe not like that, but like they'll usually like find a way to let you know that you're doing it right, and just hope to God that you're doing it right. Then what else did I wanted to say? Oh yeah, and then the other thing too, right? So when you're using the hand to stimulate the clit, I find that it is easier and more convenient, less achy on the entire arm, because I know that shit can be a workout. If you go in circular motions and you just use the fingers, keep your arm and your wrist steady. Again, like just remember how you scroll on a trackpad, right? But if you are going down on a girl and you are using that tongue, I think, and like this should be obvious, but like flicking your tongue up and down is a lot easier than making your tongue go in circles, right? Because you got to keep in mind that you got to like just pick one motion and you got to like, go a pretty long time with it. So I find that the tongue going up and down is a whole lot easier on the mouth. Not that I've ever had experience with that, but that is what, I have gathered and observed in my research study. And what else? Up and down. Oh, suck on the clit. Not too much. So you're not trying to be a vacuum cleaner. You just like suck on it a little bit. And then continue licking. I'm not even sure if the sucking is even really that pleasurable, but it makes the whole experience really fun. What else? Oh, and when you're licking the clit, when you're eating the clit, what you also can do is finger while eating it. And you'll see that in a lot of porn videos. You probably, if you've watched porn, you've picked up on that trick. But sometimes I find that it's a lot better to just focus on one thing. Like if you're really gonna like finger up the pussy and like really go to town with it, focus on doing that one task. And then if you're gonna just be eating the pussy, like you're gonna be eating and licking the clit, then you should focus on that. Because sometimes you try to multitask and then it compromises the quality of what you're doing. It's better to just stay in one lane. But you could do that. A lot of the times it feels good, I think. I don't know. I can't really remember. It's been a hot minute since I've gotten any action down there. It's practically the Sahara Desert right now. Okay, what else? So on the topic of clit, it ties in with the topic of orgasm because there are different types of orgasms. Where's my notes on this one? For women, there is orgasm through clit stimulation. There is orgasm through vaginal penetration. And I think there might also be an orgasm through anal penetration, although I think that might be really rare and just like really hard to achieve. An orgasm in a woman in general is very hard to achieve. Like it's easy to make a man come, but for a woman to come, it is wow. Especially if you are a man and you manage to make a woman come in bed, you deserve a check for $1 million because that shit is truly, I have no words, amazing. When it comes to clit orgasms, you have to be so persistent and so patient, especially if you are manually doing that shit and you are using your hands. Keep persistent and eventually, hopefully, she will get there. But if you want to speed things up and you want to get really, really nasty, use a toy. Use a vibrator. Oh my gosh, like back in the Stone Age before the age of vibrators and dildos, and I had to stimulate my own clit using my own hands, that shit would take like, I feel I could, like, you know, give or take like 10, 15 minutes and then I would come. But then now, technology, and there are vibrators, and I can come in like, yeah, 5 minutes. Yeah, I could come in like 5 minutes. Sometimes even like 2 if I'm like already really horny. And then like, yeah. For all the ladies that are watching this, here's a tip on how to use vibrators for clit stimulation and to achieve a clit orgasm. Number 1, stay still. Not even just in the sense like, I mean, obviously you can't be walking while like, you know, sticking a vibrator against your clit, but the vibrator should also stay still, right? Because here's the thing. There have been times where I'm fucking a dude and then I bring my vibrators, or he comes over to my place and like there are vibrators at my place, right? And we would use it, and well, he would use it on me, and he would turn on the vibration, he would hold it up against my clit, but then he would be moving the vibrator up and down on the clit as well. And like I get it. I get what he's trying to do, but like no. I don't know. Like to me, just it doesn't feel like anything, you know? Like I want to feel the vibration. The vibration feature is so that you don't have to move it up and down, side to side. So just keep the device steady against the clit and just let it do its thing. Don't move it around. Ladies, squeeze the muscles like you are in Pilates. Squeeze them pelvic muscles. The trick is to squeeze down there like you're holding back your pee. I'm not sure what the science is behind any of that, but trust me, it works. All the fucking time, it works. And then if you really want to kind of give that extra pressure, I don't know, like, and this might take all of this with a grain of salt. This might not even work for everybody, but for me, what really works is to apply a lot of pressure down there, right? So that's why I squeeze my muscle. And then like sometimes what helps too is like when I like arch my back. That really sends me. What else? Okay. And I'm sorry, this is kind of like going all over the place. Well, back to the topic of fingering really quickly. Cut your nails. This is why butch lesbians, if you've ever noticed butch lesbians, they never ever have nails that are basically like when if they were to hold their palms up like directly in front of your face, you would never see the nail poke through like on the other side. You know what I mean? Like butch lesbians, they always keep their nails short, and sometimes that's kind of also how I kind of know like if a girl is lesbian or not. I mean, of course, like that's just a generalization. I'm not saying every girl with short nails is automatically a lesbian, but like it's one of those things that I've noticed, like if they just constantly have their nails really short, and then like coupled with other factors that kind of like give me lesbian vibes, that's kind of like one of the indicators that I look at, you know what I mean, to determine whether or not they're lesbian. But anyways, if you're in the business of fingering any vagina, just please keep your nails short. I've had a guy finger me and his nails were like long enough that it scratched the inside of my pussy. That shit fucking hurts. Okay? God. Okay. Next. Right, this is for all of the women and all the gays now. How do you give a good blowjob? Oh, this is really my field of expertise right here. Hold on. IndahG's tips on how to suck dick is what I like to do first is not put the dick in my mouth immediately. I like to build it up a little bit, you know, like tease him a little bit. And I like to slowly first lick up the shaft. And then I get to the top. I like to run my tongue in circular motions for a little bit. And like I do that while I'm looking up at him, just so that, you know, it's kinky like that. And I repeat that, like, either I do it once or I repeat it like the second time, and then like I go back down the shaft and like, you know, and like I don't just like lick like one side of the shaft. Like I could like, you know, if I first lick the front of the shaft, and then like maybe the second time I like lick the side of the shaft, and then like I go around the tongue again, and then that's when I like full dick in my mouth. The trick with giving good quality blowjobs really is saliva. Lots and lots of saliva, because that shit needs to be lubricated. Really, like the more saliva, the better it is. And usually because also it kind of adds that sort of like sound effect, that wet sound effect, you know, because it's like wet and it's like, you know, sloppy. That's the word that I was trying to go for. The sloppier, the better. Like I'm talking like just like what's that dog breed? The one that drools a lot? You know what I'm talking about. Kind of elevates the whole experience and makes it like really, really kinky. And it always gets all the men in like such a mood. Well, it gets you in the mood as well, trust me. And so while you're going, you know, and I don't want to do this in front of the camera, so I'm not going to do it. But, you know, while the dick is going in and out of your mouth, there are other things that you can do to really elevate the entire blowjob experience than just the dick going in and out of your mouth. For example, while you're, you know, doing that, you can play with his balls. And this is really where sometimes me having long nails is so dangerous, because I'm always so scared that I'm gonna like scratch his balls. And like balls are very, very sensitive and very, very fragile. And luckily it's never happened, but sometimes I have really, like, my nails right now are really not that long and like they're not sharp, but usually, the fuck is that noise? Anyways, so rude. But usually I have like my fucking stripper nails and it's super long. Oh my god, okay, I'm getting really paranoid because there's like noises. I'm scared and I'm all alone. See, this is why I hate being all alone. Fuck. Anyways, I don't want to scratch his balls, right? So do be careful with that. And also when you're playing with the balls, do not squeeze too hard. Don't put a lot of pressure like it's a, you know, squeeze ball, but, you know, don't hold it like it's an egg or something. Just like a little bit of pressure. If you're squeezing too hard, trust me, he'll let you know. Well, I mean, hopefully he does. Anyways, you can also suck on the balls, and this really is where you would hope that the man that you're going down on shaves, because I have had to put hairy balls in my mouth before, and trust me, that is not an experience that I ever want to do again, and I never want any of you to have to go through. So also, like, you know, shave your balls. If you're really brave, and I'm talking really brave because I'm not brave enough to do this shit, give him a rim job. Oh, that'll really, really, like, drive him crazy. And if you don't know what a rim job is, it's essentially to lick. It's essentially to lick the asshole. It's eating ass. Like, it's eating ass. I would never do that to anybody. But I know that there are a lot of people that actually enjoy eating ass. I could never have enough faith in anybody that they would wash their asses clean enough for me to lick their assholes. But I am grateful for all of the men that have put their trust in me and my booty hole, that it is clean enough that they would subject themselves to licking it. But I'm telling you, there are a lot more men out there than you think that enjoy getting their asses eaten. You don't have to stick your tongue up the ass, by the way. Like, that is excessive and also disgusting, and like E. coli is a thing. So don't do that, but just like lick the outside of their, like, lick the rims of their ass. Oh my gosh, I got so many questions about this. Deep throating. Now, this is what I want to say about deep throating. Me personally, do I know how to deep throat? Technically, yes. Have I ever done it? Yes. Would I ever want to do it again? No. Oh my gosh. And of course, all the men enjoy it when they get their dicks deep-throated by some other person. But like, for the person that is deep-throating, because here's the thing. Some people are born with gag reflexes and other people are not born with gag reflexes. I fall in the former. I have a gag reflex. And no matter what trick that you do to distract yourself from your gag reflex, whatever you do, it's never going to feel great. I've also decided that if I am ever going to give any man a deep throating session, I either have to like him as a person so much, like I have to really, like, he has to be like my favorite fuck buddy of all time for me to be able to put myself through that again, just so that I can like please him, or I think I just have to be in love with this man. I would have to be in love with this man for me to put myself through that, because that is honestly a very uncomfortable position for me to be in, both physically, like both literally and figuratively. And I want to say this to all the men that are potentially watching this, like, just please do not shove your dick down any person's throats. They will gag, like literally gag, and they might vomit on the floor. But okay, you're probably wondering, okay, I have a gag reflex, you have a gag reflex, so tell me, how did you manage to deep throat a guy? Well, here is my tip that has worked for me. It might not work for you. So what I do, first of all, number one important thing when it comes to deep throating, especially when you have a gag reflex, is to position yourself so that if you do vomit, it doesn't all just, spill out. My body's got to be upright. I was kneeling down on the floor and he was just standing like right there. So like his dick and my face were eye level. And then what I did, I found this trick online where it's like you essentially hold your thumb like this. This would be a lot easier for all the people watching on YouTube, but for those that are listening on sole auditory platforms, essentially is to tuck your finger, your thumb underneath your four fingers and just like hold down on it, like really like squeeze, like hold onto your thumb, and to the point where it maybe like hurts or aches a little bit, because that you need that sensation, and you focus on that sensation so that you're distracted from the need to gag. Is essentially what I did, and it worked. Was it enjoyable? No. So yeah. Oh right, swallowing cum. Have I ever? Yes. Would I ever want to do it again? Again, no. Really? Oh, and a lot of people always ask me, like, what does cum taste like? To me, male cum, like, cum from a relatively healthy male usually tastes, pekat. I don't know what that is in English. Pekat, pretty much. It's how I would imagine a block of steel would taste like if I licked it. That's essentially how I, like, most male cums that I've tasted taste like that. I really question whether or not the whole like eating pineapple or just like works for both men and women, because I'm sure y'all have like seen it or heard of it online. I really don't know if that shit works. But yeah, it usually, that's how male cum tastes like to me. And then I've heard the same feedback from like men on what pussy juice tastes like, that it tastes really pekat and it just tastes sort of like metallic-y. In terms of swallowing cum, I will just say that is totally preferential, but I will say I find that most people don't like to swallow cum. I mean, that should also just be obvious. Like, you really should not be ingesting other humans' body fluids. You shouldn't even be ingesting your own body fluids, let alone other people's. I really think that, the whole like swallowing cum thing, like that's really like people pick that shit up from porn. Okay, I picked that shit up from porn. It's really not something. Especially men. I hope that's not something that a lot of you expect in the bedroom from your women or from your men. Swallowing cum is such a rare thing, and if you're really, really freaky, or like if you really love the person, maybe you would do it, but I don't know. I've loved men before, and even I didn't love them enough to do that. Well, I did once, not out of love, but just for like to be freaky and just like for shits and giggles. Tasted horrible. I'd never want to do that again. Hand jobs while giving head. Ladies and gays, when you are going down on a man's dick, we've already established that you can do more than just it going in and out of your mouth. You can also use your hands to play with his balls, but you can also use your hands to give him a hand job while giving head. Oh God, I hate that I'm demonstrating this on YouTube, but like, essentially the trick to giving a hand job while also sucking dick is essentially they should go in like opposite directions. I don't know if that even makes sense, but like when your mouth is pulling out of the dick, that's when your hand should go down. And then like when you're going in them, like when you're shoving the dick up your mouth, that's when the hand should go up. So it should go like that. Really? Oh, my mother is not watching this. Oh my God. Hand jobs while giving head, I really think is so key and crucial, not for his pleasure and satisfaction, but for your survival of not suffocating due to lack of oxygen. When I am giving head, I switch to hand jobs so that it gives me time to come up for air and breathe. Because sometimes down there, I feel like I am suffocating. And part of it too, and I can, this ties back again to the whole hygiene thing. And like, I swear, most girls and gays, I think most of the time, we tend to do this. Especially when you like, fuck around with different people like me. When you go down on someone, you're definitely holding your breath. I don't know if men do that with women. I'm pretty sure they do. I'm pretty sure as well. Because also, men are not the only ones that need to be wary of their hygiene. And like, that's not just, that message is not just directed towards men. It's directed towards women too, okay? So it goes both ways. But in like my experience, it's only men. But yeah, it's just a lot of the times like I'm going down on a guy, I'm kind of holding my breath because sometimes it kind of smells down there. It doesn't smell too bad where I can't do it because I still do it. I still go down on him, but it smells kind of, And then there's also like the saliva smell, and like your saliva does not smell good, right? My own saliva does not smell good to me. So yeah, hand jobs is, for my time for me to breathe, essentially. Anyways, moving on. Oh my gosh, butt plugs. Let's talk about butt plugs and how you can really integrate them into your nasty routine with your partner or your fuck buddy, or even just sexy time with yourself. Butt plugs are amazing. I cannot recommend them enough. And it really amps up the entire experience because like when you are, especially as a woman, as a vagina individual, when you are getting your pussy pounded, but there's also like that like ass stimulation, like up the asshole. Amazing. This is why I love double penetration. I can't believe I said that in front of the camera. Wow. Another tip in lieu of a butt plug when you are doing the nasty with somebody else, because let's say you don't have a butt plug and they don't have an entire drawer filled with adult toys with 3 different sized variations of butt plugs, including a furry butt plug, right? Because not everybody has that. In lieu of all of that, and this only works for when you are fucking a girl, when you are fucking a pussy, is when you are hitting the pussy from the back, okay? Say doggy style, you are hitting the pussy from the back. Dick or strap on, it doesn't matter, okay? Stick your thumb up her asshole. Drives me fucking insane. Butt plugs. But no, in all seriousness, I really recommend investing in a butt plug. I say that and yet I don't have a butt plug. I used to actually, like back in LA, and then I lost it Don't ask me how. But I really want to buy another one. I'm going to hit up the G Things store. Okay, a note on vaginal orgasms through penetration. That can be done either with fingers or a sex toy or various sex positions. I find that it's always the ones where, and I don't know if the way I'm explaining this is even going to make sense. I always find, like, in terms of the sex positions that really work for vaginal orgasms and vaginal stimulation, it's the ones where the dick or the strap-on / dildo is kind of pointed up towards you, in this direction. How do I explain it? Because essentially with vaginal orgasms, like we've all heard, the tales of vaginal orgasms. We've heard of the G-spot, right? And the only thing that I probably know about as little about G-spots as most of you watching this video do. The only thing that I know about a G-spot is that it's up. I know where it is, technically. So when you are sticking your finger up the pussy and you'll read this like a lot on the internet when you look this shit up, but like when you do the come hither motion, you shove your finger up your pussy. Don't go too deep. Like it's kind of towards the front of the vaginal opening. You do the come hither motion. That's around where the G-spot is. And you keep doing that motion to stimulate it. Even though I've tried that on myself and for some reason it doesn't work. But what has worked is sex positions where the dick or the dildo is sort of like pushing up towards the upper wall of the vagina. Does that make sense? So like, and when I'm talking about sex positions that, fall under that category, I'm talking of like doggy style. Okay, hold on, let me check my notes. It's doggy style and also cowgirl. Cowgirl is the only sex position where I've ever had a vaginal orgasm, and that shit really it destroys you. Cowgirl, what works for me is when I sit on the dick, I rock back and forth. Oh my god, that shit actually kills me. So much of lasting in bed falls down to cardio because, oh my god, especially cowgirl. And it's usually the guys. I get so comfortable because it's usually most sex positions, it's the guys putting in the work. Cowgirl's the one where the girls gotta put in the work and the man just lies there, and I gotta get on top and I gotta rock back and forth and I gotta keep going. If I want to hit O City, I gotta keep going at it for a good 5 to 10 minutes so that I can get there. Oh yeah, and doggy style too, cause just use your imagination, right? Essentially, what I'm saying is those are the two sex positions that I find are really good for achieving vaginal orgasms. If it happens, it doesn't always happen, right? I will tell you some of my favorite sex positions is also just the most common and most mainstream sex positions. But I'll give you my tips on how to really maximize those positions. And because it's from my experience and I am a straight woman, I think this is really only applicable for straight women. I don't think I have any tips. Well, straight women and straight men. Missionary. Which also apparently, if any of you are trying to get pregnant at the moment, I heard that missionary is the best position to get pregnant in. I don't know. I'm definitely not trying to get pregnant right now. I think I'd look really hot being pregnant. I should not go there. Missionary. Right. Ladies. Okay. Ass, edge of the bed. Man, standing up. The easiest way to get pregnant, I am convinced. Oh, also for missionary, what I really like to do is... This is so hard to talk about. It would be so much easier if I could show it, but obviously I'm not going to do that. But what I like to do in missionary, and it gets the man going absolutely fucking crazy, but I like to gimana ya? I like to close my Like we're missionary style. I like to close my legs together and like just hold them straight up. Like my legs are like hanging up in the air. I like to like close them tight, and essentially what that does is just it makes it really tight down there, and it feels absolutely amazing for you, and it feels absolutely amazing for the guy as well. So it's a whole win-win situation. That one, I will say, like, it feels good because it's really tight, but then like it doesn't give you that really like deep, the penetration isn't that deep. If you want like really deep penetration, baby, that's when you like open your legs and like really like hold them up to you, like knees like up close to your face. And that one, that's like deep penetration right there. And then in terms of doggy style, let me tell y'all my favorite places to do doggy style. Doggy style is probably like the most versatile, like mobile sex position, as in to say you can really just do it anywhere. You can do it like in the living room, like, you know, up against the wall. You can do it in the shower. I like to do it one leg up on the dining table or kitchen counter. That's what I used to do back when I lived alone. I'm not encouraging this. For legal reasons, I gotta state that out. I am not encouraging this. This is what I have done. And like, if you want to, by your own free will, try it out in a safe environment where you're not gonna get caught by anybody and you know that you're gonna get away with it. I would support it. But one time it was like 3 a.m., nearly 4 a.m. in the morning. Me and this dude, we were fucking, and it just randomly occurred to me, hey, you want to fuck in the balcony? And I lived in a really quiet neighborhood where it was essentially like people would have been able to see, definitely, but because it was 3 a.m., 4 a.m., like literally nobody's there. I checked, nobody was like watching, like he was, hitting it from the back, like while I'm like looking out, making sure that nobody's watching us. And also like the view right in front is just like a wall, like a building wall. There was like no windows, and so it was like completely safe. Nobody saw us. It's like it never happened, except it did. And something about balcony sex is I don't even recognize myself anymore. That shit makes me go insane. Horny. I think it's just like the thrill of it, of like, oh my gosh, like we could be caught by someone, like it's so dirty. I love it. I'm not encouraging any of you to try it. If any of you do want to try it, just be careful. Cowgirl, which you already know, is like one of my favorite positions, and I really ride to town with that one. Cowgirl, in terms of where I like to do it, bathtub. I will say, if you're gonna do cowgirl on the bathtub, this I'm saying from personal experience. So I was fucking one of my ex-boyfriends in the bathtub, and essentially my bathtub, like the floor of the bathtub, it was kind of grainy, right, in texture, to give it kind of like that friction so that obviously you don't slip, right? But then he was sitting down on the floor of the bathtub. I was on top, but then my feet, the top of my feet would meet the floor of the bathtub, and if I'm doing cowgirl, I'm like rocking back and forth, and so my feet would kind of also move back and forth, but then there's that friction. And so for 2, maybe nearly 3 years, I had like a little, like on both feet, like a scar, not like a deep scar or whatever, but it's like, like when acne scars turn black, but it was on like both my feet. So if you're gonna do it on a bathtub, just be careful. Don't like, scrape the top of your feet. Or just sitting somewhere. Do I really want to put this out on the internet? I might as well. I really hope if anybody from my high school is watching this, just please don't share this shit with anybody else from high school, please, because I used to do the nasty with my high school boyfriend in one of the music rooms. in the music building back in high school. I was a music student. And soundproof walls. And we would just like do it on a chair. And oh my God, do it in the cowgirl position when the guy is sitting on the chair and you're sitting on top of him. Like there's just something, I don't even know what it is, but that feels great. I talked about missionary, doggy style, cowgirl. Let me know in the comments down below, like, what are your favorite love-making positions? Those are really my top 3. I think that's most people's top 3, honestly. Like, they're the most mainstream. But I don't know, maybe you like to do the tripod. Wait, I think the tripod is a club dance move, not a sex position. But it could be a sex position. This is really not in order. I'm so sorry, but I hope this is like entertaining and or at least just educational. Okay, what else? Right. So another thing that I wanted to say. You know how when you're watching like in those porn videos, the guy is hitting it, and whilst he is hitting it, he's also simultaneously rubbing the clit. And then, of course, like in the porn videos, the girl makes it look like that's the best feeling ever and that, it's so good and she's really enjoying it. Yeah, let me tell you, that shit is only in porn videos. And she is putting it up and she's putting on the theatrics. In real life, that shit does not work. It does not feel good. Well, no, the hitting it feels good. Like, the penetration itself feels good. But, you add on the extra, accoutrement of rubbing the clit while you're doing it. And again, it's like, I think you should just focus on doing one thing and like doing a really good job at it versus like trying to spread yourself thin and like, doing 2 things at once. Because so many guys have tried that on me. Like, hitting it while rubbing it does absolutely nothing. For all the men that are watching this, or for all the lesbians that are watching and like maybe you fuck your girl with a strap on, trust me, it does not work. In the porn videos, it makes it look like when you do that, the girl is one step closer to coming, but really it's the theatrics. It does not work. Focus on just doing one thing. If you're hitting it, you're hitting it. If you're rubbing it, you're rubbing it, Oh, let's talk about anal. For both men and women. I love anal. Again, I can't believe I said that in front of the camera. Also, really quick funny story. So there was this man, actually last summer, I was in LA and I matched with this dude on Tinder. And then we were talking a little bit. Obviously, we both knew that it was just going to be like a dick appointment because the conversation was like purely sexual, like from the get-go. And I think, so I asked if he likes anal. So I asked him like, hey, are you into anal? And then he said something along the lines of like, I mean, if you're into it, he said something along the lines of like, oh, if you're into it, I'm willing to give it a try. Or something along those lines that when I read it, it occurred to me like, oh shit, he thinks I'm talking about him being the receiver when I'm talking about myself being the receiver and him being the giver, because I'm all about receiving and not so much on the giving. But and then I was like, no, I meant like anal, like, me the one taking it, like your dick going up my ass, not me giving you anal. And then he was like, oh yeah, hi, yeah, I'm totally cool with that. I never ended up sleeping with him, but I just thought that conversation is really funny. Because I feel like usually, like from the POV of a girl talking to a guy, it's always assumed that like if you're talking about anal, it's always the girl being the receiver and not so much the guy being the receiver, because most straight men especially are always like, nah, like I don't fuck with that. But then this guy immediately from the get-go, he was just like, oh yeah, no, I'll try it. I'm like, okay, adventurous. And he can be adventurous in that way with literally anybody else but me, because I refuse to do anything with anybody's ass that is not my own. Number 1 tip would be wear a condom. In general, you should already, okay, no, hold on. Like, let me preface that. You should already have some form of protection regardless of whatever hole that you're fucking. But specifically with anal, the condom is not so much for protection, if let's say you are in a monogamous relationship and like you know that you're both clean, the condom is not really for protection, like STD protection anymore, as much as it is now for just hygiene protection, in case the receiver did not wash their ass thoroughly enough. And what I used to do back in LA, which is really hard back in America actually, because the toilets over there normally don't have bidets. So I bought a douche. And yes, I learned that from all of my gay guy friends. And if you don't know what a douche is, I've talked about it in my episode with Matthew actually, but look it up if you don't know what a douche is. But over here in this part of the world, in Asia, where our toilets do usually come with bidets, I find that it's so much easier to clean your ass here. Because what you do is you grab the bidet and either you hold the bidet, like hold it, press it up like against the rim of your ass, and then you press it and then the water will shoot up your ass. Or if you really need to like get that deep cleaning, some people I know shove the mouth of the bidet up their ass. And a note on this, I really don't recommend you use a public bidet, or like if you were to go to a place, a bathroom that isn't your own, do not be doing this shit. Never try to do anal without lube, because me and my boyfriend back in high school, we tried it one time in the shower and that shit really fucking hurt. Until this day, I still remember it. But actually, I don't know if this is too TMI and if this is really nasty, but like, I get away with doing anal without any lube, but that's only because like, it is usually the guy was just fucking me up the pussy, and because my pussy is really wet, and sometimes too it's like mixed with his cum as well, so it's just like it's really lubricated, right? And then it, you know, and so that is enough lubrication for it to go up my ass without it hurting. And actually, do I really want to tell this story? This is kind of gross. This is gross? Okay, no, actually I don't think it's that gross. But there's one time I was fucking this, we was doing it missionary style, right? Vaginal. But and he was going really hard and like bouncing really hard, that so his dick slipped out, and then when it came back in, it came in my ass. And I didn't mind it because like I'm a champ when it comes to anal. I was like, oh, this is great, right? And like I did not mind it, but I realized midway, like while he was hitting it up the ass, that he does not realize which hole his dick was in. And then it was only after we were done that I told him, and then he was like, oh, really? And we've never done anal at that point, I think. So that was like his first time doing anal with a girl, like giving anal to a girl, and he didn't even realize. So I just thought that's really funny. Oh, right. Actually, on that note, on the topic of like double dipping, or is the term double? No, not really double dipping. You can technically. Would it be like intra-hole dipping? Is it would it be intra-hole dipping or inter-hole dipping when it's like the pussy from the ass to the pussy? If you were just fucking up the pussy, you can go from there straight to the ass, but you can't go from the ass to the pussy. Yeah. I really should not have to explain to you why that's the case. I think that should be sort of self-explanatory and also just common sense. And if you still don't get it, then you're not in the business of doing any of the things that I'm talking about in this video. Ladies and gays, yes, when it comes to doing anal and taking it up the ass, squeeze like it's Pilates, because, and like, this is gonna be so gross, but essentially like anal, for those of you that have never done anal or like have never, will never experience anal, it feels like pooping. It feels exactly like pooping. And that's why a lot of girls, and even like guys, like gay guys, like that's why they don't like it, because it feels like they're pooping and it makes them feel uncomfortable. That being said, squeeze your ass muscles together when you are taking it up the ass, because you can definitely clean your ass very, very well, and like there's not a single piece of shit up your ass. That can happen, but a lot of the times what ends up happening is that and I really don't know how big our anuses are, but like I'm pretty sure like if this is your whole anus, like you're really cleaning like probably like at max half of your anus, and then there's the other half that's the shit is like stored way up in there. And when you're doing anal, it engages the muscle in a way that like it's pushing the shit that is on top down. So, and I don't even know if that's scientifically accurate, but I feel like that's what happens. And so my recommendation is to squeeze your ass so that it kind of prevents, like if there is any shit up there, like it doesn't all coming out. No, actually it's not gross. You know what? It's human. It's everybody poops. That's the name of a book. And anal is a valid sexual experience, just like any other sexual experiences are. And yeah. Right. I get so many questions about dirty talking and moaning. Like, so basically like the like sort of audio accoutrements of having sex. And this is the thing. I kind of talked a little about it. I kind of talked a little bit about it earlier, but let me kind of go in depth with it a little bit more. So a lot of people are probably going to ask, like, where did I learn how to dirty talk? And really the simple answer is porn. As a lot of people, a lot of men and women, other men and women have learned how to dirty talk is through porn. That being said, I really want to make this clear that if you are not comfortable with dirty talking and like really like that really sort of like dirty, kinky type of moaning, like loud moaning, if you are not comfortable with it, do not do it. Do not force yourself to do it just because you think it's going to please the other person. Don't do anything that you're not comfortable with. I am the kind of character and personality that is okay and comfortable and confident talking like, oh my God, no, I am not going to do it in front of the camera. My mother might be watching this, but you know what I mean. Like this is probably giving too much information. No, I should not talk about this. Essentially, I'm comfortable with it, but if you're not, then don't force yourself. If you do want to, because I've gotten this question too. I've talked about this a little bit on my Instagram story, like I think a few months ago. And then like I got a lot of questions of like, okay, yeah, I'm not comfortable with it, but I do want to try it. I want to get into it, but I'm just so shy. I'm so scared. So how do I kind of like come out of my shell to just try it with my boyfriend? Usually it's the girls asking this. But I would say, hopefully you feel comfortable with your own boyfriend or girlfriend where they give you that safe space to really experiment. I guess is the only thing that I can say with that. And it's so much easier said than done, but like just pull a Nike and just do it. Like just try it once, and if it feels off, just immediately like just stop. This one, it really goes both ways for guys and girls. If you're not comfortable with dirty talking. Oh, I remember I got a DM from this one dude, and he was actually saying how and this is really interesting. So he was telling me about how his girlfriend is kind of like the more type, kind of like me, like the more type A, like a lot of really like very vocal, very loud, very like dirty talking, porn star-esque type of character in bed. And he was telling me in the DMs how, not that he hates it, but sometimes it makes him a little bit uncomfortable, mostly because he feels like as a man he needs to reciprocate that back to her, but he can't do that because that's not in his nature, that's not his personality. And again, like, you shouldn't, sex should be for you as much as it is for the other person. So if you're not comfortable doing something, just don't ever force yourself to do it, and don't do it just because the other person is doing it, right? Because everybody got their own ways of how to rock the boat, and their own styles of what works, their own styles of you know what I mean. I'm really not being that eloquent with this. I'm so sorry. At least I don't feel like I am. What else? When it comes to moaning, this is a message for all of the men, is that I kind of feel like there is this sentiment amongst men where like men shouldn't moan in bed. Because just now I was talking about how like, hey, you don't want to dirty talk, you don't want to do the sort of overly sort of like type of moaning. If you don't want to do it, that's fine. But then I've kind of also realized that there are a lot of men that actually like they fight the urge to moan, like they want to moan, but I think they feel like there's the sentiment of like, oh, only women moan and like men shouldn't. And I cannot tell you that is complete fucking horseshit. And like, here's the tea. A lot of women, like I'm willing to bet like most, if not all women, we love it when men moan, because it also, like, the moaning is a verbal indicator that we're doing a good job, right? Like both ways. Like if the girl moans, it means the guy's doing a good job. If the guy moans, it means that the girl's doing a good job. So if you want to moan to your heart's content, okay? Like, don't fight that shit back. Also, and then I get a lot of questions of like fake moaning. Of course, I've also been guilty of that sometimes. But like, moving forward, I think I would like to stop doing that, because I would like to give these men, and this is gonna sound so weird, I know, but like, I want to give them the opportunity to, I guess, learn. Because essentially, like, when you're fake moaning and like making it seem like they're doing a good job even though they're really not, then like they're gonna keep doing that same shit, thinking that, oh, this feels great, that this is what I'm gonna do, but then it doesn't really do anything, and then like they suck in bed, right? Moving forward, I think like what I'm gonna do, because this is what I'm comfortable with, is that if it starts feeling I'm just gonna like, then that's when I'm gonna like get off, like take charge, essentially. And hopefully that's gonna be like the subtle little thing, that like sort of little subtle hint to the guy that not that he's doing a bad job, but it's just that I don't, like, what he was doing did not feel the greatest, or was just very and not effective. Okay. Oh, and just in general, and really it's not even, I mean, yeah, it is because the video is sponsored by an adult toy company, but that aside, like any video about this, like that's not sponsored even, like I would tell y'all, like I really encourage y'all to incorporate toys into your nasty time with your partner. And there's really this, like, I feel such a misconception that like, like adult toys, like sex toys, are like super taboo and they're super dirty, and like, like it's the fucking devil's creation or something, and that it's only for the mischievous and sort of like morally corrupt, like, kids that are having sex before marriage that use sex toys. But no, I know, I'm at the age where I have friends that are married, and I have so many married friends. Like, the sex toys are really what saves their marriage. Adult toys are for every adult, hence the name adult toys. We are essentially at the end of the video, and like one last, like the biggest tip that I want to give everybody, and like this has been trialed and tested so many times, and like so many people can attest to this. If you really want to be good in bed and know how to please the sex that you are having sex with, be in a long-term relationship. Yeah. there's actually this really interesting TikTok video from this girl, and essentially what she was saying was how every single man that she has ever slept with in her life has given her an orgasm. And then long story short, she deduced it down to the fact that all of the men that she's ever slept with have all been in long-term relationships, and essentially why there is a correlation usually, and it's true with me too. There's a correlation between being good in bed and having been in long-term relationships, because when you're in a long-term relationship, you are literally given the time and space to basically study the other person's body, find out what they like and find out what they don't like. And like, yeah, it's catered to them specifically because obviously everybody's got their own taste, but a lot of the times what works for one person, like when it comes to, you know, doing the nasty in bed, like it works for a whole lot of other people. But it's just, you get to know not just like the person's body, but just like the other sex's body in general, you know, like the other, like if you like a man, like knowing how a woman's bodies work, and like a woman knowing how a man's bodies work, and like what feels good to the man's body, what feels good to the woman's body. And I feel like I've mentioned this somewhere on the internet before, but like, believe it or not, ladies and gentlemen, once upon a time, many moons ago, I used to believe in this thing called monogamy, and I was in a relationship with my high school sweetheart for, I think, nearly 3 years. Like, some of y'all be getting married after 1 year, you know? So, it really, that relationship not only taught me a lot in terms of just like, you know, the other more internal stuff, but like also the external stuff. So yeah, pee after you're done so that you don't get a UTI. This is, I think, only for women. Do men get UTIs? Do men get UTI? Men can also get them, yes. An unhealthy bacteria buildup anywhere in the urinary tract. That's what a UTI is. This can cause an infection, and while urinary tract infections are much more common in women, men can also get them. Boom! So, there you have it. Pee after you're done. For all my ladies, I always keep vaginal wipes in my purse. One time back in LA, I used Clorox wipes on my pussy. That shit sting. Now, this video is, I think, I have a feeling that this video is already really long enough, and I do kind of have to leave in like a little bit, but I know we have time. We have time to, you know, go through some questions from some of y'all, because I posted on my Instagram story what I mentioned earlier, and then I put up a question. Wow, that is a lot of DMs. Wow. I feel like I've addressed so much in this video already, so I'm gonna only pick out the questions that I feel like I haven't addressed yet. So, oh, thank God, there's really not that much. This is a manageable amount for me to like look through. They asked us in Indonesian, and for the sake of not getting in trouble with my parental guardian, I will translate it into English. Can all women squirt? What? Can all women squirt while masturbating? Like through masturbation, like can women squirt? Yeah, no, obviously, yeah, you can. Oh, I feel like I didn't talk a lot about squirting. Actually, yeah. So with squirting, have I squirted? Yes. Does it happen all the time? No. I think all women anatomically have the function to squirt, but not all women can easily get to the point of arousal where they are squirting, I think is how it goes. And also, squirting is like, they're squirting and then there's peeing, and the line separating those two is very, very thin. Because it comes out of the same hole, and then like when you're squirting, I don't think it's not peeing, but like it comes out of the same hole where you're peeing, and then like there's gonna be like compounds of like, what's urine made out of? There's gonna be like some urine compounds like in it as well. So it's like, it's a little bit, it's like, it's pussy juice mixed with urine, essentially, is what I understand squirting juice to be. Yeah, no, I don't know. Squirting is just one of those things, like, you know, like in my experience at least, like when it happens, I let it happen, and if it doesn't happen, I don't force it. But it does feel like you're peeing. And that's why, that's actually why just now I talked about peeing after you're done. pee before you start, right? So that if you do get the sensation of peeing, you know that it means that you're about to squirt, not because you're about to pee. I think. Hopefully that's correct. Oh, someone asked, does it actually hurt for the first time? This one, I don't know. I feel like everybody's different. My first time didn't hurt for shit. But then again, my first time hitting home run with my high school boyfriend, I'd had masturbated before doing it. Like, I fucked myself before anybody else fucked me, essentially, is what I'm saying. So I don't really remember. I don't remember it ever hurting. And then I talked to, like, a lot of other girls. Like, for some girls, they're like, no, it doesn't hurt. And then other girls, like, some of my friends, like, their first time, they bled, but it didn't hurt. And then other girls, they're like, oh, no, it fucking hurt the first time. But then by the second time, I was like, great. And I was like, okay. So I think it just depends. Someone asked if I enjoy my vibrator, dildo, more than men. And the God honest question is, a lot of the times, yes. Because here's the thing about me going on a dick appointment, or just, like, dick appointment / date, or, like, you know, when I'm with my boyfriend, it's like, obviously, I gotta polish myself a little bit. Like, I can't really be looking busted when I'm trying to get dick down. And so it requires at least a little bit of effort on my end to, you know, kind of like make myself like look more well put together. But then a lot of the times, really, because like knowing me, and like I pretty much, you could take me out of Target, I'll be dressed like this and I'll be looking like this, right? So I go over the top when it comes to, I'm very particular about my appearance, right? And so I put in a lot of effort into, you know, doing my hair, doing my makeup, setting spray the fuck out of my face so that the foundation stays still. Like I put in a lot of effort to like make myself look good, smell good, like to prepare for it. And then that's not even including like the time and like the money, the energy taken for me to like maybe like go there, or like, you know, maybe sometimes he'll like come over, but like, you know, still, right? And when you're masturbating with toys, it's literally just you and the toy. I can look as busted as I want and I'll still make myself come. And here's the thing, I always make myself come. If I'm masturbating on my own, I always make myself come. When I'm fucking a man, I don't always come. So there you go. Someone asked if masturbation is dangerous for women, and why the fuck would you think that? No, no, we're literally built. Like we're literally built. Humans are sexual creatures. Like so many cultures and, you know, so many cultures and social norms these days, like they try to really like suppress that and like, you know, hide that away. But like humans, like we're really sexual creatures. Like we're literally built for this shit. So no. Oh, this is a good question. How do you clean your toys? I clean them with just water and Dettol, the soap, and that's it. I'm jacking off at night right before bed. And I'm too lazy to like go to the bathroom to wash it with soap and water. So I keep Dettol hand wipes next to my bedside, and I wipe it thoroughly. I put it away, and then sometimes I'll leave it there, like if I'm not using it for a while. But then like every once in a while, I'll make sure I wash it with soap and water. Someone also asked if you can use it, like is it safe to use near like it in water, like if you're in the bathtub, like to bring it with you to the shower where there's like a lot of water. And like I feel like this should be an obvious answer. Yes, like you're literally like sex is wet. So like yeah, all of these toys are waterproof, believe me. Oh, this is a pretty good question. What is the normal amount of time of masturbating for women in a week per month? I know Hashvi has a lot to say about this one, but I think doing it every day is really teetering on the edge of porn / sex addiction. I would tread carefully about doing it every day. I don't think I've ever done it every day. I've done it like maybe like the most number of consecutive days I've probably gone masturbating / fucking somebody is like maybe 4. And then yeah, I think that's really my streak when it comes to like consecutive days. Me personally, I think I masturbate like, usually once a week, and then at most once every 2 weeks. And I think that's pretty healthy. I think it's pretty healthy. Oh, someone asked, is it okay if a woman masturbates but she's still a virgin? Does it affect Miss V, which is the pussy down there later on? Of course it's okay. Listen, virginity to me is like gender. It's a social construct. It doesn't really exist. There is literally nothing like, you can inspect a vagina all you want. There is literally nothing up there that can 100% let you know whether or not this person is a virgin. Okay? Virginity is a social construct. I do not believe in it. I don't encourage anybody to perpetuate this whole, notion of virginity and the validity of virginity and it's so fucking stupid. Yeah, to answer this question though, yes, it's okay if you are a virgin and you have never fucked a guy or another girl before, but you want to fuck yourself. Yes, it's okay. Of course it's okay. Is it gonna affect your Miss V later on? I do not know what this person means by affecting, if it's gonna physically affect Miss V. No. Is it going to, how else would it affect your, yeah, no, it's not gonna physically affect your pussy down there. So, no. Women's vaginas literally push babies the size of fucking watermelons out of our tiny hole of a genitalia, and it bounces back. A lot of the times it bounces back. And so what you think a fucking 7-8 inch dildo is going to wreak havoc on your vagina? Bitch, no. You'll be fine. It'll be fine. Yeah, that's really it. I don't want to answer any more questions. Most of the other questions I've already addressed, or some of the other questions are just really fucking stupid, so I don't want to entertain that. Yeah, that was really loud. I'm very sorry. Yeah, so turn down the volume a little bit. Sophisticated. Yeah, okay. But yeah, that is it for this video. I've been sitting here for so long, my ass is about to cram. That is it for this video. This probably wasn't the most entertaining video that I put up, but I really do hope that this is the most yeah, I do hope this is the most educational. I really hope you learned something from this. I really hope you found the tips and tricks that I have offered to be helpful and useful in your sexual endeavors. Do let me know. Shoot me DMs. I love it when y'all DM me. Leave comments down below. Let me know. Let me hear from you. And that is it. I need to get out of here. I need to get my ass all the way from Pondok Indah to downtown SCBD, and I know the traffic, because it's a Friday night, it is going to be horrendous, so I gotta get going. Anyways, that is it for this video. Bye-bye!